Bro, knowing he has to know how she is. All right. No. Look, bro.
What? What does that even motherfucking mean?
So you would have driven. You would have driven back. You would have driven back and dropped off.
Please.
No.
Alright, what is good, people? We are back with season 2, episode 2 of Location Talk. And obviously, we are here once again with my co-host.
Rome, what's up?
Yes. And then our returning guest and my co-host for the Anime and Manga Podcast coming right after this one. The main man, Jalen.
What's up?
How y'all been living, man? What y'all been up to? You know, like give me the rundown.
What you know, just that city life. You know, trying to get that dollar, trying to get that money.
Yeah, I've just been working.
Hey, we gotta grind for our shit. You know what I'm saying? But let's go ahead and hop into it. So, Rome, give us the rundown right quick of Chris Brown.
So apparently, Chris Brown, who is some people call the Prince of Pop sometimes, you know, he's not satisfied with his first week album sales. He says these days his fans are more focused on the negative stories than the actual music, which he is a good artist. But me personally, I feel that he doesn't have anything else to prove. He's already made a staple as one of the best artists of my generation, as far as like the singing and dancing, R&B.
Total package.
He was one of the last real R&B artists there really was. You know, like now it's I don't know what this is now, but it's not really R&B.
Yeah, it's like we really have hit the blend of hip hop and rap at this point. A lot of people feel like they have to show off both sides. You know, it's the wave of Drake. You know, he kind of started that. You got to be able to sing the melodies and also rap at the same time. Even Chris Brown dove into that. I think that was to his detriment personally, but
yeah, I mean, it just I just feel he's kind of overreacting. You know what I'm saying? When's the last time his album really just popped off? You know,
what was the name of his album?
That one Fame. That was the last album that really just popped off in him.
You know what I see about that though? Because the thing about him is that he switches up too much. Like you said, right? So he's not going to have a stable fan base like he had. Like an artist like The Weeknd, where he has the same sound, or someone.
Even when he's doing something experimental, he still sticks
in the same sound.
In his realm. He knows what he is.
I mean, Chris Brown has a pretty solid fan base, but
it's not like it's not going to be as solid because he switches up too much. But it helps him stay relevant. So
it's true. It's a trade-off. You can't complain. I'm sorry. My nigga, stop crying. I've had enough. Okay? No one's checking for you. Alright, they're not. They're not checking for your albums anymore. If you want to keep coming out with your singles, come out with your singles. That's the way you're going to stay out here popping. You don't have to put out albums that go crazy anymore. Like Ron said, you're cemented. Your legacy is set. Nothing can diminish it. But let's not sit here and act like you didn't hurt yourself in terms of what your trajectory originally was for outside reasons, obviously from the music. But you still had a very good run after that. You bounced back better than I think most people would in 100%. That situation. Because let's be real. 100%. Today, if some shit like that came out, you're done. You're done, my nigga. Like, it's no getting around that. But you bounced back well. But like we said, you started dabbling in the rap and all that stuff, and it's just, you know, I'm not saying you have absolutely no talent when it comes to that, but it's gonna throw your fan base off, and people are gonna be confused.
I don't think it's a rap thing.
It has mixed feelings.
It's not the rap thing. It's just, you know, it's a newer generation coming up, and Chris Brown wasn't dropping those hits. He was dropping for us that they will get, but. Honestly, his best album came after the Rihanna scandal. His best album, his whole, you know, and it's crazy. Yeah, he had one of the best comebacks ever as a music artist, as far as it became something like that. And so now, and he's put himself in a lot of positions too, you know, in the news with a lot of things. But I just feel like at this point, he should just not worry about that. He should have kept acting a little bit more. Because what was that movie he did? with Takers or something like that. He didn't do too bad in that.
I mean, that's a B-list ass movie.
Yeah, I mean, he should try that some more. Like I feel like he's reached his peak when it comes to music.
I feel like that's how he branded himself. He can't be mad about how he branded himself. He has a brand. He stuck to the brand. Now that the brand isn't working, he can't be mad at it.
You gotta be able to evolve. Fam.
Exactly. You can change up the brand. Just don't be stuck in the same part.
I mean, he can still dance. He's always gonna be one of the best at that. You know. That's why I say he should find a way to incorporate his dancing with like just get into more like, you know, in the film world, you know what I'm saying? Like get on camera, you know. I don't know, because I feel like he's one of those people who really could. People will watch one of his shows. People will watch his podcast. Like he doesn't, and he loves music so much he doesn't want to tap into that, but he should because. Come on, you won't listen to Chris Brown's podcast. You won't listen to what he has to say about whatever. You won't.
Well, maybe so. I ain't gonna listen to his album.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You won't watch a.
At this point, I'm not checking for his album.
I didn't know he had an album.
I didn't know. What's the name of the album?
Exactly. I did not know.
Greasy, you know, but. But he had a big. I mean, he had a big song with Drake not so long ago. That was a pretty big song.
No guidance. But who do we really think carried the song?
Yeah.
Right, come on.
You know, that's what I'm saying. He should just. Know his lane, you know who to collaborate with, you know, Chris Brown, you'll be fine. You just tap into
just stop getting so butthurt, and you know you'll be all right. Just learn not to put out 36 song albums or whatever the fuck you was doing a couple years ago, and maybe you can turn it around a bit. But I would just say focus more on the singles. You don't need crazy albums at this point, but it's not gonna help your case when you're out here whining and calling out your own fans for what they're not doing. We already know that in this day and age, the attention span is not very high when it comes to artists. There's so many artists coming out with projects and albums that you really have to drop some shit in order to have staying power or have people still listening to your project throughout the year.
So let me ask, how many tracks did he have on that album?
I think he had a lot.
That's the problem. See,
yeah.
That's
like a couple albums ago, didn't he drop like a damn near like quadruple album where it was like over 30, 40 songs?
That's what a lot of artists do now. They drop hella tracks on the album and then hope and pray that one sticks.
One sticks. It's
not gonna work. Back in the day,
quantity, bro. It's quality.
Exactly. Back in the day, they would have maybe up to like 12 tracks.
Yeah.
Now they're like 30 tracks.
A 12-track album was a lot back then. Like,
exactly.
Like,
back
now
in the day,
that's on the low side.
Exactly.
In today's day and age, but I think he'll figure it out. But we'll see on that. Now,
or trying to say you could be like a feature. His last album had like 15, 17 songs, and they all slap. It just depends on who you are. You know your lane. You know you're giving people what they want. You can give them 20 good future songs that caters to their audience.
That's rare.
Chris Brown wants to give you 20 songs of Chris Brown singing, Chris Brown dancing, that.
Know how to delegate sometimes,
exactly.
Okay? You got the singing game on tap. Sometimes bring in certain rappers to take up those other parts. Don't feel like
if
you have
Chris
to
Brown
do
went on his
yourself.
R&B soul shit, come on, that would have popped.
Yeah.
Them girls would have went crazy over it. But no, you want to keep up with this guy and that guy. You're not them. You're Chris Brown, bro. We compare you to Usher and like those guys. Like, it's some Genuine. We compare you to those guys, bro. We don't compare you to the Weeknd and those other. No, they're different.
Weeknd's past that.
He needs to stay in his lane. He just needs to stay in his lane. That's good.
All right. Well, that was a nice little start off, a little warm up or whatever, and then just one more. What do you need to do to make it in the city as a young man trying to make your way, be independent on your own, things like that? Y'all have any tips or advice for our younger viewers out there that may need a little help making their way?
Just me coming from a small town to the city, I realized what was important early on was getting a stable job. That's something that you could kind of rely on at least for a couple of months until you get your feet wet. Know your area. Know where you're. What's around you. Know how close the Walmart is and all that. You gonna need it. And you're gonna have to save. If you haven't saved before, you're gonna have to do it then because you're gonna have to start writing down what you need or writing down what you don't need.
Really budget that shit, plan out your purchases.
You gotta make a bullshit list of the things. You're gonna want some bullshit type things.
Your wants and needs are two different things.
So I make a list for the stuff that I really don't need but I want. So that way, if I have a little extra money to get something I don't really need, I know what to get first, and that way that list can be getting on down. But yeah, honestly, for all the small town kids, I encourage you to go to a bigger area, broaden your horizons, get around more people than the ones you grew up with since the first grade and shit like that.
Let's just let it be known, you're probably not, it may seem like it now if you're still in high school or whatnot, but you're probably not going to be hanging out with almost all those people that you was associating with. I mean, that's just the fact of the matter. And on my side, I would say, if possible, find you a roommate, if you can, to try and lessen the burden at first. Start putting one bill in your name, something like that, to help build your ability to get some credit, get a gritty credit card, use it wisely, things like that. It's little steps you could take to start building your reputation out here for banks and things like that. And then later down the line, you may be able to get your car financed or whatever, some shit like that. So it's not too complicated, but you have to be very strict and disciplined with the moves you make, and don't think you have to get everything all at once. You can come up here with basically nothing, and slowly but surely you'll rack up the things you need.
I would also say, don't be too afraid to fail, because that's another thing. A lot of people are too afraid to go out there and take opportunities because they're too afraid to fail. But I feel like that builds character. So
it does. You learn from it.
Exactly. So if you're over here failing, you're gonna bounce back.
Yeah.
So absolutely. I feel like that's an important thing too.
You're gonna have failures in between. I've had failures in between, but you can't let it just end the whole mission. You can't let it send you back home to mama. So you gotta just keep it. All right, okay, I took a little L. Okay, you gotta learn from it. You come back stronger and wiser. It's all it takes. And another big thing is networking too. You gotta. It's not always about what you know. It's about who you know. And you never know. Who can show you something, or show you a job here that's good, or show you a place here that's cheaper, or help you on some little thing you got going on the side, whatever it may be. I didn't know this guy before I came to Dallas, and look what all we doing. You know what I'm saying?
We here now, baby.
So it's don't be afraid to reach out and meet new people.
Absolutely. Now that the preamble is done, it's time for the spice. Now.
What do you mean?
Okay, what about my other kids?
What about your other kids? They ain't my kids.
Okay, but them your kids' siblings, though.
What are you talking about? What are you mad
Them
about?
my kids, them your kids' siblings, though.
So what you...
Now, a couple weeks ago, there was a viral video that went out and made a whole lot of waves across all of social media. I think we all know what we're talking about. Roll the clip, please.
You didn't feed them?
You know I don't give my food stamps to the 7.
Lisa, how is that my problem?
But if you're trying to help out, though, you're not helping out.
I'm not trying to help him. I'm trying to help my son.
But how are you helping yourself?
All right, thank you. Now, what clips I just showed you is about a single mother who had the intention of trying to expose one of her baby daddies, who she is no longer with, even though the man was just doing something to try and support his own child, while she does have multiple other children, his siblings, with 3 other baby daddies. Now, the real question, I think, goddamn, you exposed yourself, bitch. You made yourself look dumb. But how do you feel about that whole situation? Who was truly in the wrong? If you feel that maybe he was in the wrong, I don't see how you could, but maybe you do. Or was she just totally off her motherfucking rocker? Is it his job to support other niggas' kids?
Nah, she's crazy. I'm gonna say that 100% she's crazy, because I feel like it's a double-edged sword. She's over here complaining about him not bringing food to her other kids, but then if that nigga wasn't over there giving food to his kid, she would have had a problem with it.
Right.
So it's just pick and choose your battles. At least he's giving food.
That's one less mouth to feed,
exactly.
dog. What?
Exactly.
And you don't even know if this little nigga's going in and splitting the shit with the rest of his siblings. We don't even know that. He could literally be doing it.
And it's sorry that you picked L dudes for the other kids.
And you don't know how to manage your food stamps. I don't give my food stamps to the 11th. What the fuck is wrong with you? You don't know your fucking situation. I'm sorry to cut you off. Keep going, my brother.
Yeah, go ahead,
shit,
bro.
Nah, it's just she's over here being ridiculous. I feel like she should be grateful that at least one of her kids has a father that's over here providing. And that's not to say that the other dudes aren't providing either. They could have just been dropping it off later. Like, it's
From
ridiculous.
what we know,
exactly,
this is the only one of them that's doing this.
So why is she complaining? She should be happy. That's one, like you said, one less mouth to feed.
What it was just a weird situation because what it was, she was probably in the process of already, you know, probably about to get them something to eat. You know, she know they probably ain't ate probably yet. You know, or like it's a time enough. It's enough time to eat again, right? So what it was, he came at that time to where okay, she was about to feed them.
Was she?
No. Listen, because
I don't get my food stamps.
Don't get me wrong, because I don't agree. I think he should be able to bring his son food and still be able to do that. But I'm telling you what probably happened. He came at a time where it was time to, you know, to eat again, you know, and he probably just got off work, probably bringing some stuff, and she's like, well, you know what, you know, like these other kids here too. Why don't you bring something now? She's probably dated a guy like that who was that way, who was real nice and real sharing and all that, but she has to understand that not everybody's like that, and she probably has some little personal, you know, little problem with this guy anyways. You know, they ain't together, so she probably already be on his ass. So now this nigga's, he probably like, okay, you know, I can't get my son food, this and that. But in her defense, I would say this: you gotta, bro, knowing he has to know how she is. All right. No. Look, bro.
What? What does that even motherfucking mean? Please,
so you would have driven back. You would have driven back and dropped off.
Please.
No. This is what I'm saying.
What are you saying? Please tell me.
I would have told my child. I would tell my child, your mother's about to feed you. Okay, I'm not about to bring you food right now because you know why? You're about to eat. Your mom's about to feed you. And because look, I know how weird that would be because I have siblings and we have different fathers. Mm-hmm. So I know how that would be. Now my mom probably wouldn't have made that big of a deal like that. No, she wouldn't have.
But she chunked that shit in the fucking street.
Okay. She, of course.
He even asked, like, can I take my kid to the car?
So that was too much. He doesn't have to eat in front of his siblings.
Look, that was too much, but he has to have sense, like, bro. That wasn't the time. That wasn't the time to do that. Like, you gotta know it's a time and a place to bring your son McDonald's where all the kids are around.
I can see that point.
I mean, bro, it's not like she was just completely like went retarded shithead. Like she just had no type of argument at all. It's a small one there. Look, it's a little small. It's not a big one. Now, I agree with y'all, but it's a small one there. It's a small one. Like. It's a small one.
He had a solution for the problem.
But it's a small one.
Every solution he was throwing out wasn't good enough. The nigga brings that type of food to his son every day. He's consistent about it.
Okay, why can't did he ask for his son to leave with him and they go eat?
No.
That's what you gotta do probably.
So then really provide special treatment to this little nigga? Like,
the siblings still gonna get hurt. They're gonna be like, why
is my brother get to go out to eat?
So everybody going to McDonald's?
He's not going out to eat. Okay, he's going with his dad. He can't go sit in the car and go eat some McDonald's like with his dad.
He tried to, and she wouldn't allow it. She wouldn't allow it.
Well, okay. Well, I'm sorry. Somebody, I got crazy said. They're like, fuck. But look, all I'm saying is next time, as that father, if you ever see this, next time, bro, if you coming to give your son a double quarter pounder with fries and shit, okay, around all his siblings, tell him, okay, hey son, come in the car, you can eat in the car and we can chill and talk for a little bit. When you get done eating, go back inside. That's all you gotta do.
She wouldn't allow it. So
well,
literally is what happened.
Well, okay. Well, listen. Okay, we're all brothers, right? We're all brothers, all grouped together. We all got different dads. Okay, we're all kind of hungry. You know, mom ain't got nothing to eat yet, but she's about to, but not yet.
It's her responsibility.
Okay, no, you're not a grown adult mind. You're a kid. Okay. Ding ding! Here comes my dad with a big ass burger and some fries. Listen. My dad comes with a big ass burger and fries and his big ass drink. Okay, son, here you go. I'm over here. I come sit right down by y'all. Get my shit, get to eating. And my mama, look, all y'all You know what I'm saying? Come on. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It's a line. You gotta. It's a way to do things. Okay. And she didn't have to act the way she acted. But he could have chose a better time to do that. He could have chose a better way, and he could have been more communicative with like, okay, I'm about to come to McDonald's. Like, should he come in a car or whatever? You know your girl's crazy. You knocked her up. You know she crazy. Like, it ain't the first time you seen her like that, bro. Like, come on. I
can see your point, cause how.
But like I said, I agree with y'all. She overreacted. She probably should have just let him give him the food and just eat. But at the end of the day,
instead throw it down the.
At the end of the day, at the end of the day, I probably would have accepted it and just portioned it out between everybody and like, okay, y'all just nibble on that until I get something to eat, you know. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm not finna just watch one of my kids eat a fucking meal while everybody else hungry. I'm not gonna do that. Now, she probably not, like I said, next time, if that happens, okay, except if he can't go out to the car and eat with his dad, take the meal, distribute it amongst everybody until you get all your kids something to eat.
Where does it stop? Where does it stop?
What do you mean, like?
Okay, let's take this to its furthest logical conclusion. None of the other fathers get these little niggas no presents for Christmas. He's not supposed to get his kid a present for Christmas or on his birthday.
That is true.
Is he supposed to fund these other kids' birthdays just because they're his child's siblings?
We're talking about food. We're
talking
about
I'm saying let's take it to the end point. Yeah, where does it end? The sense of entitlement is clear. It's very clear. Well, she's not handling her priorities. That's why her kids is going hungry. Someone's helping her issue.
Well, we're not sure.
However much he's helping, he is helping some.
Well, we're not sure they were going hungry. We're just assuming, that it was a situation to where, you know, they probably haven't ate that particular moment yet. But like I said, it's a way to do things because that's a you treading water. It's weird. It's like,
well, the sensible thing to do is ration out your fucking food stamps to feed all your fucking kids.
Yeah,
and if you ain't working enough to feed all your kids, that's your own fucking problem.
But I would
where
say,
these other niggas' daddies at? Exactly. You having a problem with the one nigga that's actually doing anything?
But
that's the scam of fucking child support.
But I would say
right there.
But since she's probably not gonna change, apparently, I would say that father, what you should do from now on, the best thing you could possibly do if you want to give him some eat, just have him come in your car and just eat that way. Like, don't try to, you know, because, you know, that's just kind of weird. I don't know, because honestly, like,
he gave that solution. She wouldn't stand for
it. But like Trav said, where does it stop though? Because think about it, birthdays, Christmas.
I mean,
he's supposed to open the presents up in the car.
Apparently he's
open the presents in the car. You can't be in the house. Don't bring your presents in the house because then you'll know that man, like my brother got stuff.
Well, if he's gotten him like some food all the time, I'm sure he's got him Christmas presents and all that all the time. So I'm sure that's where the line draws is food, because she doesn't have a problem with gifts. You can mask that through Santa Claus or her or wherever. Okay, that's not a big deal. When you get to talk about food and stomach growling and shit, that's a different deal. That's life or death. Life or death isn't like a bike or something like that. But at the end of the day, she did overreact. You don't act like that. You know what I'm saying? And as a dad, you gotta know the right times to do all that. You know you're dealing with a crazy bitch. You gotta pick and choose the right days to bring your sons to McDonald's. It is what it is.
You gotta know who you're getting with too.
Yeah,
that's on him. I mean, I'm pretty sure he knew what he was signing up for. If she already had kids.
To that degree, I do agree with that. You do have to know who you're getting involved with. But now at this point, that nigga deserves custody of his child.
100%.
Period. Because if she's acting like that, like, okay, let's say I do give you some extra support to help your whole family. Are you going to spend it on your family? Are you going to spend it on your kids? Or is you going to get a better purse? Or is you going to get all this extra shit that doesn't fucking matter?
Because she gets child support, food stamps.
And you can't make that work? And you work? Do you work? I mean, my God. What else do you need?
What else?
Make it work.
I know. It's just that's really a silly ass fucking situation, honestly. Yeah. It's sad we gotta talk about that, but there's some, when you start nitpicking it, there's some things that you can kind of, you know, I don't want to say it was all on her, but I see what she was saying, but she overreacted. She just overreacted. That's all it was. Like, take the burger next time, split that bitch in 3s or 4s, and leave it at that.
Maybe the kid's doing that. Who knows? But moving off of that topic, but staying in the same realm now, a lot of the chicks nowadays, it seems like, have a sense of entitlement as well, that they shouldn't have to work. They should have a man who could provide for them, pay for their retail therapy, get their nails done, all this other stuff, and be able to pay for them to go on vacations. But not only that, they should be allowed to take vacations whenever they want, and the man should be able to take off whenever he wants. So, how do y'all feel about that? What is this? Where does this come from? How have we gotten to this point where females think that this is okay? And we'll keep the same energy for dudes too. You know what I'm saying? If the female's doing everything, providing, and you just a bum ass nigga that wants all the stuff and wants to go all these places, but you're not helping, is that okay?
I mean, a lot has to do with the girls' side. It has to do with social media. You know, they see what their favorite artist or their favorite Instagram models is getting and all that. It's all about clout. It's clout based. You know, from the women's side, it's all clout based. If they want a man to just do everything for them and not work and just they feel the man should just be the I do believe the man should be the breadwinner when it gets down to it. But as a woman, you should have your own thing going. You should have your own income line coming in, because you should never, unless the man just comes out and say, I don't want you to work, I want you to be at home and all that.
Right. You
should have something going. And there are men that's like that, bro. There are men that don't want their women to work, and for some reason, I'll never be like that. Okay.
You need to work, bitch.
Look, now listen.
Sorry.
I would like to be at the level. I would like to be at the level one day to where I can tell my wife or whatever. Oh, you don't gotta do much. You don't gotta work a whole lot. But I would like for you to have some purpose. Have something going on for yourself.
A hobby.
Yeah, like I'm sure. Oh yeah, of course LeBron James' wife doesn't have to work, but I'm sure she has like a little business, a little something she does, something just to give her. She's a human, she's more than just LeBron's wife. She wants to have things going for herself, because she has her own brain, her own mind. So,
but I respect that though, because I feel like a relationship is more 50-50 in my eyes, and it's just like, why would I be with somebody that's sitting here all day, not doing anything, chilling? Like, I need to bounce off of your energy, Like, I need somebody that's out there at least trying to do something. And I can't be over here trying to make money, work all the time, and then she's over here just chilling. Like, it's not gonna bounce off the same energy.
Right. And see, like, I agree with y'all pretty much, like, all the way through. If you do have a situation where you decided you don't want her to work, I do think that there has to be other ways that she steps up and plays a different role to take some responsibility off your shoulders. If you're not working, house needs to be on point, affairs need to be in order, maybe you handle the finances and pay all, set up to have all the bills paid, even though you're not providing the finances. There are other ways you can contribute in order to, keep it somewhat 50-50.
Now, I must say, it's a lot easier for a girl to get away with that lifestyle not doing nothing than it is for a guy.
Speak on it.
Because there are plenty of guys out there who bum around, can play the game all day, and they
house
go
husbands.
and they got some type of robotic girl that just don't never ask them about a job and nothing, and they let them do it. But
that's some respect.
But it won't last long, and let me tell you, it's harder to be a Jody for long. You know what I mean? You can't be that long. You can't. It's gonna wear out.
Baby boy.
She's gonna be done for a little bit. Yes, because you're her baby daddy and all that. But eventually, bro, a nigga's gonna come after her. A guy's gonna try to talk to her that has a job, his own car, his own place, and all that. And she's gonna be like, wait, what am I doing? She's gonna come on one day looking at you like, what am I doing?
Why ain't you doing anything?
Yeah, I'm turning this guy down. Like, I'm tired. My back hurt. My feet hurt, and it's understandable.
Right.
But my question is, why is it more acceptable for a woman to be in that role than it is for a man?
Oh, come on now.
I know it's a man and woman thing. I know. But no. Women, they want rights all day long, and they want all this equality all day long until it gets down to the grind.
Yeah.
When it gets down to the grind, we got it weird. I'm a woman. You're supposed to do that. Nah, hell no.
I am woman. I am strong. We'll be strong. You get your ass out and work.
Yeah, because you seen what all these other girls got online. Some of these girls are working for that shit. Some of these girls are putting themselves out there and you know, putting in that overtime and you know, getting it for themselves and networking and being creative. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You just want something to fall in your lap. You just want some NBA player, some big ball to fall in your lap and do everything for you. That's not with me. It won't happen. It don't matter how much money I get. If I get with a girl, and I'm taking her seriously and spending money on her,
shit, working the library, something. Just a couple hours a week, something.
But a lot of these middle class girls, these normal girls, don't understand how much work that these IG models and all of that put into that.
Yeah,
it does take a lot. It's not overnight. It's a big production.
They think that it's just easy, and they don't show everything behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. Like, and it's just like they're over here thinking that it's all, oh, I'm gonna just marry a rich dude and blah 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 blah. But it doesn't work like that. They're at that status because they put in the time, the effort, the networking. They did all of that, and that's what and now it's getting into their minds about like, oh, I don't have to do anything. I just gotta look good. It doesn't work.
Yeah, like that. I mean, if you've only seen a certain situation, like, and I think it really has more to do with like the type of home some of these middle class girls come from, where the mom is a stay-at-home wife, the husband goes out, works all day, stuff like that, and that's fine, but we're not in that place anymore. All right, we don't have to, you know, a woman can earn just as much as a man, and I do think that there's a lot of fields in which females are still underpaid, even still, and that needs to be changed, that needs to be fixed. But there are opportunities now for you to make your way as a woman. You don't have to be dependent on any man. You know, you can flip that situation around if you want. But
I actually have a question for both of y'all. How would y'all feel if your girl was making more than y'all?
Hey, it's gravy, baby. If I'm trying, if I'm out here trying, then it is what it is. Yeah. That's okay. As long as I'm out here doing something.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah. Just pretty much like, I mean, now, if she's throwing it in my face all the time and like, you know, but
that's crazy.
You know, like, you know,
that is wild.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, I've never been opposed to a woman picking up the tab per se. You know what I mean?
I don't.
Like don't ever
2022.
Don't fall into these you know, these standards of the old days of like
the 50s.
The man go out in the woods, get to hunt you know. Come on now, look, we don't hunt. We don't look. We go to Kroger's like we go to Walmart. Like, you know, I'm just saying. So let's all have that same energy when it's time for the grind and have nice things and things like that. Just, you know, and something else I want to bring up too, because why is it that a man can give a woman time to come up? Like, you know, a man can be down for a woman while she comes up and hold her down. But why is it when a man is trying to come up and he's trying to better himself, that woman don't have patience? That woman is like judging him. Oh, you don't have this. Why? You know, why? It's backwards, man. Like y'all can't. You
don't want double standards, but you still want the benefits.
Like you can't be a rider. You can't be a rider while you see all the things going on behind the scenes. You see him putting in his work. You see him buying this equipment for this or doing that, trying to make that dream alive. And you judging him because he don't got it yet. What? Like what do you got? You know what I'm saying? And if you do got more, and you so-called, you know, love this dude, I like this dude, help him, give him advice. You don't gotta help him as in money, or that wouldn't be too bad if you really liked him. But especially if you see him trying. But help him, give him advice, let him know like he can make it. You know, inspire him, you know, motivate him. You know what I'm saying?
You're supposed to better each other.
Yeah, I mean, girls these days got this notion like, okay, I gotta come to you and you gotta have this already. You gotta have this right, that right, and still while making me happy and making sure I'm doing right and all that. That's not how it goes. And you know, hopefully more women are more willing to kind of, you know, if they meet a guy that they're more elevated than at the moment, more women be willing to kind of consider and give him, you know, be willing to hear him out, hear his plans, hear his dreams. And like, you never know, that might be a guy that may end up surpassing you one day, and you may need him or whatever. You know, you help him come up, you don't got to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? It goes like that, you know. So I've seen a lot of examples of that in Hollywood now. Like a lot of people who are still with a girl that they were with like when they were in high school or something like that, or like, you know, before they really got famous. Bro, that's the dream right there.
And I feel like those are the most down.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if I were to ever get up at that level, I wouldn't want to be with all these other celebrities. I would want to be with somebody that I knew before
Or
I don't know. I see the
also,
other side because like when you dealing with somebody that's on your level in your field or whatever, let's say you do reach a certain level of status, you know that they're not in it to benefit off of you in terms of popularity and.
But then you could also say that they're benefiting off you to like brand themselves better.
Yeah, they could benefit.
I mean, what is a female that comes from a small town that has no other real big prospect? You could never have that life, but you found the golden ticket and you latched on to that. We see it all the time with NFL players. Why do NFL players they get recruited to these big time colleges and then all of a sudden they have a wife right before they come into the NFL? These niggas is 20 years old. You can't tell me that they really went out here and had a chance to explore. These females take their chance and lock it down. But I don't hate on it, but it does happen.
A lot of them not gonna stay with that girl they're with at draft night and all that. You remember CeeDee Lamb with that girl? He snatched her phone. I guarantee you, he's not with her. And she looked like a little hoe anyway. You just tell. I'm like, bro, why you bring her? Like you just brought some little groupie to fucking draft night, like. Come on, dude. He got some bitch from some Norman dorm room party or some shit. But anyways, there's a lot to tackle now.
Yes, but now, just still playing off of, a female making more money than you, right? Let's say you're in a relationship, right? Things been going good, smooth. She's bringing in her own money. Maybe she works a little on the side, a little part-time job, but then you wonder, how does she have this type of finances? Come to find out, she has an OnlyFans. And she's making some ducats off of that shit. How would you feel if you found out that your girl had an OnlyFans after y'all been together for some time?
You want to go first?
Go ahead, Jalen.
Okay, me personally, it wouldn't. I mean, I don't knock OnlyFans. Like I'm not opposed to it, but me personally, I just couldn't do it because it depends. Like, what is she trying to do? She trying to make content with other dudes? She trying to
No, it's not that far. It's not that far. So it's just you're.
But look,
hey, it may be you're showing the goods.
But you said
who will pay for it.
But you said the guy just found out after this. That's the problem.
Exactly.
How long have they been together? Like 3-4 months? You ain't told me that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the problem. Like, I don't got a problem with you doing content like by yourself, playing with toys, whatever, making some money. Okay, that's cool. Just don't sell to any of my friends or anything if you know.
I mean,
if
you don't know.
Well, there you go. Well, there you go. It's just like, it's just.
So if she did tell you up front as y'all was getting together.
Hell no. That's not going down.
It's not gonna work?
I'm gonna have to wrap it up. I'm gonna have to close it.
Close the case.
It just doesn't. For me, it's just like, it's not insecurity. I just feel like it's more of like, what's going on? Like,
she making her bread.
I mean, yeah, she's making her bread. I respect it, but I just couldn't do it. That's on me. I just couldn't do it. Cause I wouldn't ask for anything. Like, I wouldn't ask for a check from it. Like, that's her money, but it's just like, I just couldn't do it. Me personally,
it wouldn't be a rap for me. But if she tells me right when we meet, no, it's not a rap. It's like, okay, well, it's just you, right? Just okay, and she's probably gonna want to use you for content. You know what I'm saying?
We'll make a movie, baby.
But yeah, if she lets me know right away, now if we're together for 6 months and I find out on some weird shit or she just tells me, it don't matter how she tells me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's not.
You're being deceitful.
Yeah,
that's that.
Yeah. I don't want to hear. Oh, I didn't think you'll react well. Of course, I won't react well. It's been 6 months. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, if you let me know right away from the beginning and you don't have any content with other guys out there, it's all good. That we can see where it goes.
So it's all good if all your homies have her OnlyFans.
That's what I'm saying. See, like,
because there's no way for her to really know.
There's no way for you to know either.
Mm-hmm.
Well.
What if they made a separate group chat and they're like, damn, you see what Rome posted?
Busted it down last Saturday.
Well, honestly, how would they really know she had one? Like, is it going to be on front page on OnlyFans? Like, you would have to know. Like, she would have to
Instagram,
Snapchat, Twitter. Chicks promote these shits.
Yeah.
Even if it's just one little line in the bio.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. See, I don't know. Like, it depends on where she's from. Like, because if she's from a certain place, she ain't going to know nobody I know. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, It just depends, you know. Now, if she's from like somewhere like I know she knows a lot of my friends and all that, it's not gonna work out. But if I meet this chick from Louisiana, you know what I'm saying, and she got OnlyFans, I don't gotta worry about her knowing, you know, y'all or anything like that. She's from Louisiana, you know what I'm saying, like.
Well, eventually she'll be around long enough.
Oh yeah. We'll see, yeah, that. But see, if you start getting serious with a girl like that, the OnlyFans are gonna go, because I'm telling you, if she starts liking you that much, she's not gonna want to keep putting herself out there like that. It's not, because at the end of the day, it's about money, right? It's not about attention. So all right, baby, we together. All right, I got you. I'm making good money. You making decent money. Like, I got enough to pick up the slack what OnlyFans was doing. So you don't need that no more, right? And now,
I mean, can you? Now, OnlyFans brings in
if she bringing in duckets like that, I'm sure we'll think of something where she can keep it. But if she's one of these like regular bitches with OnlyFans making just a little bit here and there, just, some decent shit, and you tell her like, okay, we good now. Y'all see we good now. We good. And she's still like, oh, I don't want to get rid of it. It's about attention. She likes the attention she's getting. She wants to see, like, okay, I'm in a relationship, but I want to know that I still got it. I'm still pretty. Then,
I think that's undeniably a part of it.
But then, as a man, you got to start asking yourself, am I making her feel pretty? Am I making her feel like, am I making her feel like she got to look for these other random guys for, confirmation that she looks great or she still is good or whatever her body, which would be bullshit.
Well, you could argue that's the point of like Instagram and shit like that.
Well, Instagram not gonna let you have your pussy popped open.
No, but you can show your fucking ass and a fucking G-string anytime you want, shit like that.
So that's why I'm squashing it right then and there. There's too many questions.
Hey, baby, too many questions. Let's make a movie, darling.
Too many questions. I'm squashing it right there. Have a great life. You do you. We can still be friends, but like, nah, I can't get with you because there's other options. There's always gonna be other options.
Hey, listen, I'm fine with it. As long as I find out up front, we good. Even if I do, let's say I find out a couple months in. Maybe it's not super serious yet, but we trending that way. Hey, as long as you ain't having other niggas on here, I don't give a damn. Because you coming back to me at the end of the day. Alright? Now, if you start trying to do meetups and shit like that, hey, yeah.
But what if it brings in the money? What would y'all do?
I ain't bringing the nuggets. So we gotta pay the bills around here, baby.
So if y'all are going through hard times and she's like, hey, I got this meetup.
No.
It's gonna...
Because hard times, what are you doing at that point?
You gonna meet a hard time.
No. At that point,
hard line.
At that point, I understand the man conversation then, because it's like, okay, as a man, I'm not letting my girl go out here. She got to sell pussy.
Yeah, that's like...
I understand the OnlyFans too, virtually and all that, but if she physically about to go out here and like suck this nigga dick and fuck him...
But it's for content.
No, fuck that, dude. Make content at the crib, like
that's for content though.
Well, you better sell the feet pics, girl.
This whole point of you making content with the guy, so you can just sell it to that. No. At that point, it's like I'm not having that. Like if your mind made up, you gonna do that. Bye. You can just that's process. That's pimp. Like
that's pimping. That's literally pimping at that point. There's no other way around it. Okay. No. Quick one right here. Immediate thoughts. 2 sentences or less. If you look at a receipt longer than 4 seconds, you're broke.
No. It's just because
you're smart. You're financial.
Yeah. You could be looking at like trying to see what's going on. Like
maybe you're trying to calculate the tip.
Yeah.
Huh? Like what? How am I gonna leave a proper tip if I don't look at the receipt?
I just say that because I do it. So.
No.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm looking at that goddamn receipt. I'll give a damn.
Now, those people always pulling up to every fucking place with a rewards account and shit and all that. You're broke. You need. I'm sorry. Everybody, you don't need a rewards account for every fucking place you go to.
What? I'm trying to save my money. If they got it and it's free, why not?
This is 7-Eleven. Get your fucking chips and drink and go
I
home.
punch in my phone number. I rack up the points. What's wrong with that? I'm broke because I want to rack up points, get a free Slurpee on my birthday or some shit.
Place like you go to cutting out the newspaper and shit. Like, I'm sorry.
God damn. All right. Well, I found out today that I'm broke.
Yeah, don't
all
use rewards.
That's okay.
fuck them rewards, okay?
This is terrible advice, people. Do not listen to Rome. This is nonsensical, okay?
Go on a smooth
if you have a
skinny
chance to save money, my nigga, if you got a chance to save money, bring the coupons, all that shit. I don't give a damn, okay? You gotta do it. All right, now moving on. One of the age-old questions that we have asked ourselves, and we've seen it play out. Does it end up well? Who knows? Can a relationship that is considered friends with benefits actually work in the long run without someone catching feelings, whether it be positive or negative?
No, it can't. I've known too many times from experience.
I concur.
It can work. It can work for a little bit. You will have a good month. After that month, one of the two or both. But usually it's the woman. Usually it's the girl that's like, okay, so what are we doing? Like,
what are we?
Then we talked about this. What we were. We were just gonna be. But you can't expect a girl to keep fucking on you and not, having a title. Any girl that has respect for herself is going to want to know, like, okay, are you at least just messing with me? You know what I'm saying? Like, at least that. And then it gets to the point, okay, as a guy, you get mad if the girl says, okay, I got another guy I'm doing this with too. Can you get mad?
No.
You can't get mad. I mean, you're not committed to this girl.
Jeremy came to bust it down, just like you do.
Yeah, and
what's the problem?
And don't think this guy ain't gonna be trying to get with her for real. So you gotta keep that in mind. That's why for me, bro, it's like it's easier just right now for me. It's easier just being single because I can't handle it, bro. I can't handle it.
It's too much.
I see it's too much. As somebody who hates being played, it's too much. You worry about shit right here, or you gotta communicate with her about this, all that. You can't have a day where you work like you just want to be to yourself and not text much because she gonna get mad. It's too much, bro. And like you gotta keep her satisfied all the time. I don't know.
Friends with benefits is some child ass shit. I feel like because it's like it's a relationship, but it's not at the same time. You still give them the same amount of time. You still gotta hit them up sometimes. It's just too much. And then in the girl's mind, they're thinking like, okay, maybe I can capitalize on this. Maybe one day. Every girl thinks about this.
Yeah, like bro, you don't go into nothing trying to think you're gonna change somebody.
I'm telling you,
either way.
Yeah, somebody's thinking something's gonna happen.
Like one day, it'll be more than this, and we'll build and grow. No,
exactly, no. And it's
just
just
at
like
the end of the day, you're probably just gonna ruin the friendship. If y'all was friends before, you're going to ruin. It'll never. Once you get entangled like that, to use a Jada term, that entanglement will never allow y'all to have the same type of friendship again.
So I see it like this. A lot of people get into it and they think it's gonna be some long-term thing or it's gonna grow. I tell people this all the time because I know a few people that are in this right now. I tell them, I'm just like, bro, you're in like a 10-day contract. You were the side piece.
Yeah, brother.
He didn't want to cuff you. That's why you're friends with benefits. That's why you're on the side. You will always be a side piece. That is your role. That is your role. You're a playmaker. You're not a point guard. You don't drive that shit down the court. You literally have one role. You catch and shoot. That's it. That's it.
Some relationships.
Play your 5 minutes.
Well, some friends with benefits have been known to go to the next level.
That's some.
But I'd say that's the exception as opposed to the general outcome.
Majority is you're on the side. You're not good enough to be in that main relationship, so you're gonna stay on the side. Somebody, guy or girl, is gonna pick up somebody, and then that's gonna be hurt. Exactly. It's gonna lead to heartbreak.
They made a movie called Friends with Benefits, and they showed you exactly how in the beginning it's gonna be like
fun
a
time.
thrill. Yeah. You eventually are gonna want to have that person all of yourself, and you're gonna want to start expressing your feelings and like, come on, because you obviously attracted to them. Now it depends. Now if it's like a side piece to where you kind of like, I've had side pieces to where it was like, okay, they decent, but it's not somebody I would really want to be, seen with like that, So it wasn't hard for me to keep that friends and benefits. It wasn't hard for me to keep them on the side. But it was hard for me to keep the ones on the side, the ones that I really thought was like fine, like ones I really wouldn't mind being seen with and all that. Those are the ones where it was like, okay, it got kind of iffy towards the end. But I mean, it's possible. But really, it's really draining. It's draining.
Nah, 100%.
And as somebody who has a lot on their plate already, I just ain't got time for that. Like, I got time. I always got time for women, but I ain't got time for like, you know, I ain't got time for
friends with benefits.
that or like really just considering it. You know,
it's just too much.
It's destined for failure. In my mind, it's just, you know, you're setting yourself up. You're gonna ruin the friendship. All that. Now, moving on. Open relationships. Can they work? Let's say you're married.
I feel like
that's weird. That's some the new age shit. Like, I don't know. 100%. Like, that's some. You mad? What's the point of getting married though? Like,
exactly.
Like, just
well, you know, you had a love over time. Things have gotten a little stale. But I'm just trying to set the scenario. I'm not saying I agree with it or whatever, or I like it. But let's say you want to switch things up. You're both, you know, starting to kind of look at your prospects a bit. But at the same time, there may be certain things that your partner still does so great and you still love that about them. But maybe just like, you know, the bedroom game is a little, you know, not quite up to snuff. Like how it used to be.
That's just gonna make me think. I'm gonna just be like, what am I not providing? You out here wanting something new. What am I doing wrong? Like that's just gonna be in my head the whole time. So I couldn't do it. That's just how I see it.
That to me it defeats the whole purpose of being married. Like,
exactly.
You go through all that marriage, all that stuff through the courts and all that, and then bam, let's just start fucking with other people. Like, what? And y'all, you know how hard it is to even just to get a divorce. You know, like how expensive it is just to get separated and all that. So it's like, why would you go through all that ceremony, all of that, just to have an open marriage? That's dumb. Just stay single and just have a open relationship. Then, like, I can respect it more if you're not married. But if you're married, come on, you're married. You're married.
That even if you're single and, you know, well, not single, but like you're not married yet and you're doing that, do you still not feel like you end up feeling the same way?
Nah, I feel dirty.
Because that's your old girlfriend out here busting it down for niggas that she feels like can provide something new.
People who do that are really kind of just off in the head. Honestly, I feel it's something not right. And honestly, I'm being real, because or you just really just don't really, you're off. There's no way to justify it, like, because you claim you really like this person that much to want to marry him, but then you're okay with them fucking with other people. So, like, do you really love them, or like what? Or is it all about just them keeping them in your life? You know?
So then let me ask y'all this. Would it be, so let's say your girl is like, hey, y'all could have an open relationship, but I'm chilling. I'm not going to go over there and do any of that, but y'all could go out and see. What would y'all do?
I wouldn't do that. That would make me feel
I respect that.
fucked up. I'm not going to lie. Like, if we both do it, then I could kind of see it, even though I wouldn't resort to something like that. But I would just feel bad if I'm out here running around, you know, just hitting anything I can see, and then coming back home to you.
Yeah,
it's like,
that's crazy. I don't know how people do that. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how. But it's just that's just dirty. Like, you could,
I mean, like, for me, it's just like it's just that's something that is real popular now too. Like, it's very popular. 100%. It's becoming way more out in the front now than it's ever been. And what do they call them, swingers or some shit like that, or I don't know.
Oh yeah, there's swingers.
I mean, that was an old school term.
But they kind of participate. Swingers participate in it together.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
there'll be other couples, and they'll all, you know, go have at the same time. Is that more acceptable?
Nah, hell no.
Sorry, bro.
I mean, you're both there. You both see what the product you're getting.
Nah.
It's not like you're doing no shit on, you know what, download.
That brings up a question. So, this girl the other day asked me, not me personally, if I wanted to participate. Oh. Not me personally. Let's get that out there. She asked, cause she was like looking up. She was like on something. I think TikTok or something like that. She was watching this video and it was like, all right, if you as a dude were to have a threesome, would you rather have it with 2 girls or a guy and a girl?
Oh, come on, my nigga.
Exactly, right? That's weird.
Let's be real.
Right? What is the right answer? What is normal?
Two girls. But I've been in situations where I've had like me and a guy, of course, didn't do shit with each other. But I've been in situations where me and a guy was really like tagging a girl, or whatever. I'm not gonna lie, I have. You know, I'm relatable to the people. I'm gonna let y'all know I'm the voice. I'm gonna let y'all know.
Rome's like from Eastern Europe.
But I have had situations
One in Rome
to where it was one girl and two guys, but it was not going on between me and the guy. It was just me and a guy taking turns on a girl. You know what I'm saying?
How do you get in that situation?
But I mean, it's just because you come across a little hoe and she's like, okay, you know, she ain't got no friends. She's a little hoe, and she's okay with you and this guy taking turns on her. So,
but how do you talk about that? Like, I'm just trying to get in your mind.
The girl sets a tone for that.
Okay.
Anytime because the guys know, like, if you trying to push it, it's not gonna happen. It's too forceful. It sounds kind of bad. Like,
yeah.
But the girl sets a tone for that. I'm telling you, it has to be a little hoe. And you know,
what happens if y'all accidentally
do y'all use same hoes?
Same hoe. We're not going at the same time.
Okay.
I mean, it's one on the front, one on the back end. Like,
no.
How are the logistics?
Y'all double dip.
No. It's
EPs and all that.
It's same time when one guy, like, you know, the mouth, you know what I'm saying, and the other guy's getting from the back. You know, that's the only time I can see it going like same time. I'm not like, you know, how hard it would be to try to go on the top part though. Motherfucking socks. Hell no.
Oh my god.
That's borderline out of control. No. But the two girl and guy scenario, that's the best. That's the ideal one. Of course, you want to have the girls doing lesbian shit and you doing what you're doing, but that could be a dicey situation. Shit, like, I mean, because
bro, you can't favor one over the other.
Honestly, bro,
what happens?
You gotta give them all semi-equal treatment.
Girl, I've been in a
situation.
I've done that one time. I've done it with the two girls and one guy thing one time. It's girls don't understand the pressure it is on a guy in that situation, because you know why? Okay, so no, I'm gonna tell you why it's pressure.
No, lay it down.
Because unless you're just about to take a something because you got two girls right here ready to get smashed. Okay, and you sit here thinking like, how am I about to make it through this one? So this is
that stamina, dog.
So this is what I do. Like, you gotta make sure you're on your level. Take whatever it is you gotta take. Get your little honey pack. Get your little.
They're taking notes.
Get your little V. You know what I'm saying? You know, whatever. Because if you trying to go do a threesome with two girls and you only guy, you trying to go through that just off some, you know, think being high and drunk gonna be enough, sir. I mean, now listen. Now you can go a while. It depends. You gotta. What I would do now, being older, what I would do now is tell them, look, okay, let me do this real quick with her, okay, and you start doing something. You gotta be creative. You know, always keep one of them busy. You know what I'm saying? It's never gonna be a thing. Both of y'all on me and on top. It's never gonna be that, because that's
overwhelming.
It's too overwhelming. Like, nobody's gonna be satisfied that way. We gotta think of ways. Okay, it's always gotta be a way. Okay, the boy and girl gotta be doing something, and then a girl gotta be doing something with the girl at all times. So it's always gotta switch. One of the girls always gonna be fucking with you, and one of the girls always gonna be fucking with each other. You know what I'm saying? The girls are always gonna be fucking with each other at all times, but it's just you are the one that's gonna be rotating with them. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is.
So you got a little game to this.
Yeah, I mean, it's from experience. You know, you gotta. It's a cycle. It's a circle of life. You know, so but yeah, it's pressure. It's pressure if you don't know what you're doing, and it's pressure especially if you just kind of just about to dive into it with no type of supplements, no nothing. You just finna just sober gober threesome. Too bad, bro. This finna be like the quickest threesome of your life. This finna be within 5 minutes, literally. Yeah. Literally, bro. Like, come on. Two bitches naked on you, all that arousement, like, coming that quick. You gonna need some help. I'm just being real. You gonna need some help. These guys in these porn videos are not. You think they just doing this like off of just natural ability? No.
Yeah, no.
I've seen a podcast on that. Girls say they getting shots in the dick. They getting all types of stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't condone that. But now the honey pack, all right, I understand. Or, you know, I don't condone Viagra either unless you're just older. But you know, the honey pack, okay, that's cool. You know, all right, you know, I won't say take it a lot, but it's more natural and it's more like, you know, proven, you know, and won't have you just crazy like, you know, stiff all the time. So, you know, that's a little, you know, advice for the threesome game. You know what I'm saying?
All right, free game.
Free game. free
Yeah.
spirit.
So, all right. So, moving on to just the last topic. We've been getting into it a lot about open relationships, all that type of stuff there. Now, let's say that you get into a situation with multiple females, right? And you don't want to, you know, leave any of them, and they all know about each other. You know, they're aware of each other and their role in the situation. Can it work to like be married to multiple women at the same time? Or on the other side, if a female wants to, you know, marry multiple men at the same time, can that work? Because Michael, a few months ago, just for context, Michael Blackson did an interview even on like Shannon Sharp's podcast, Club Shay Shay, and he detailed how his situation has kind of come about where, you know, he's got multiple females and he told them all up front, I'm not like a dude that can only be with one woman. Now he's worked it out to where I think he's married or about to get married, something like that, and all his females know about each other. They like hang out together and like, you know, they do stuff together.
Well, that's part of their culture though, right? Like Africans, they marry like multiple women or something like that? Or?
Well, not necessarily Africans, but yeah, that is more prevalent in you know, far eastern countries, things like that.
Well,
polygamy is not quite as accepted here in America as it is.
Well, just to be real, just come on, like that's silly. It's silly. You talking about multiple wives, come on, like what are we doing here? Just be single. Like you talking about marriage now. Like come on, this is a unison between a man,
what if they're fine with
two people.
Huh? Yeah. What if they're fine with it?
If the communication is there, I don't see a problem.
That's why I said there's something going on in these people's minds, bro. I don't know if it's a food we eat these days. I don't know, bro. Like, how can you? Do y'all not have stuff going on in y'all life? Do y'all not have like real issues, real things to handle? Y'all telling me you got time for two wives, two husbands? But like, what?
What if it's like their upbringing though? What if? So like, think about it like this, right? We grew up thinking, okay, man, woman, that's how it's supposed to be. What if they grew up thinking, man, woman, as many as
and
you
they
can
all help, you know, take care of the house. They all take care of each other's kids or help.
If you think about
like
it,
that.
in countries like
that does happen.
That's
like
why a lot of people in those countries have a lot of kids, have a lot of wives to help out around the house. It's more of like you're gonna.
It's
help
a community, like
exactly.
you're your own community. You help each other out, shit like that.
Like here, we don't have enough time. We don't have enough money to do that. But in other countries, they basically build everything that they live in there, and it's kind of like their population. If you think about it, spreading their seeds so that they get more work. I'm not saying that that's what he's doing. I don't know what the fuck he's doing.
People, y'all have got to get a life. Stop marrying two people. Like, come on, like, how bored you gotta be? Like, I want to be on a fly on the wall when that conversation comes, like, when they speak to themselves about that. Okay, I think, you know, like, what is it that you're justifying to make it make sense that you married a second person? Like, how's that gonna help you? You watch the kids.
To your point,
you doing it for a babysitter? Like, you doing it just to have a nanny or some shit? Like, what?
Well, to your point, I understand it and why you'd be so against it and like don't understand it, because like what are you looking for? Like if that woman can't provide you with everything you want, then you're clearly getting another woman to fulfill something that the first woman cannot. Shit like that. But at the same time, it's like, you know, if they're all cool with it and they understand where they stand, I think it's okay. The only issue I see you really running into is how can you really love them all equally?
Exactly.
I mean, I can see how you can love people in different ways, but to really treat them equally, I feel like that's where you're gonna run into problems. It's gonna be difficult because how do you manage that?
Yeah, and I do agree.
Especially if they provide different stuff.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
I agree with what you said, Rome. Like, how do you have enough time for that?
Yeah.
A relationship as it is already like time consuming. So to tackle multiple, that's crazy. What are you gonna do? How you gonna make sure that you give your attention to each one equally? That's crazy.
You're right. It's just a hard ass.
That's why I said people who do that must have a lot of money apparently, because they can sit at home and don't got much to do. I mean, you don't see average people marrying two people.
Yeah, no.
That's a rich thing. That's a royalty king and queen shit. Like, I don't know. But ain't nobody around the block marrying 2 people unless they just didn't know they papers ain't get settled or some shit. But I don't know. That's people don't waste your time doing that. Don't. That is dumb, stupid.
All right. Well, on that note, thank you, fellas. Y'all got any closing thoughts on anything we might have brushed over? Anything y'all want to touch on?
I do want to touch on one more thing, because I'm curious about it. Who is more important to an album, a producer or artist? And people, the producer, true. And this is a producer right here. He produces, so I expect him to be on a certain side.
I do both.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. But
respect my man.
But
he's a multi-talented man.
But okay, so what's over 40? Like what's them little eerie ass beats? What are those without Drake's lyrics? You know? What are what I'm saying? What are Metro Boomin's trap beats without Future hopping on them and 21 Savage and all these people? So, but at the same time, what is Drake's brand? Like what is that tone he brings to the album? Like who is he without Over 40? Like who is he without these guys he gets to kind of really craft his sound, you know? Who is Wiz Khalifa without Sledgerin and Currency? Who are these people without these guys, bro, who really give them a sound, you know? So one of y'all tell me, you know, both of y'all kind of chime in, what do you think is more, you know, crucial to a project, the producer or the artist?
I would say it's 60-40 in favor of the artist.
Yeah.
I give a lot of credit, because like if you have like crazy good lyrics and all that, but you just have horrible beat selection, shit like that, your shit's just not going to stick.
Like who would Dr. Dre without Snoop hopping on it and all those people who didn't, like, come on.
It's like,
nah, I ain't gonna lie, Dr. Dre, his beats have a life. That's how you know, like, some producers are kind of like more elite than others, because some beats have a life of their own. Like they don't need. I know some beats I can listen to. They don't need words, bro. Yep. Like Dr. Dre, like Kanye West. Some beats don't need words. I'm just being real bad. All right.
Yeah. No, I definitely think that you got to give a lot of credit to the producer, but at the same time, even still, you can have mediocre beats that turn into something crazy just based on the performance of an artist. But what you're the producer and artist, so what do you feel about the situation?
I actually agree with you. It's a lot of, the artist has a lot to do with it, because if you take these popular beats that you're hearing on the radio and you strip all the vocals out, most of them are gonna sound boring. Like you can't listen to it by itself. The artist is the one that brings the energy, brings the flow. Because most of these, if you take beats down, most of it is just a 16-bar loop. That's it. Same thing over and over again. But it's the artist flow. It's the artist like voice. It's how he inflects like the lyrics. That's what brings the differences to the song.
Now I will say, I think back in the day, like 70s, 80s type music, I think that the production was a lot more valuable back then. Like you go and look at an Earth, Wind and Fire. And they're doing their thing on the lyrics and all that. But the production levels is so crazy. The layers that they just build and build on top of each other.
It was less computer. It was less computer and more real guitars,
you had to use
real
horns,
real
instruments.
It was instrumentals. You can't call them instrumentals these days. You call them beats because of what they are. A beats is through computers. And instrumentals are real you know, instruments.
Composing.
Yeah.
But now the music industry is more like now. And you can't do all of that.
You can't take your time.
You can't do
like
that. Like the moment that you stop producing that stuff, you're off.
I'm not gonna lie. These artists these days have a way better work ethic than artists back then, because
100%.
these guys these days they got like up to 100, 200 songs hoarded up. You know what I'm saying? They go in the studio all night, come out with 50 songs, but at the same time, the quality isn't great. So that's why they're able to just put out that. Earth, Wind and Fire, when they put out the song, they knew that motherfucker was gonna be timeless.
But
it took time, you know.
On the same token, they had that liberty because you had to go to the record store and buy the record. You couldn't just instantly get that shit on Spotify or whatever. And the turnover now, that's why I do give a lot of credit to artists now, because that turnover is so fast. Like, it's so difficult for your album to even be relevant for just like 6 straight months. Like, that's a tough thing to pull off nowadays with so many artists and so many projects coming out.
Well, I mean, the closest album that's done that since, like, in our lifetime, like, since we kind of been, like, of age, I would say, that's really just had them weeks of success, like, weeks and weeks. I would say if you look up Drake's Views album, even though it may not be one of your favorite, that was solid #1 for like at least 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Like 5 or 6 weeks, and that's pretty good. That's like over a month. That's pretty good these days for an album to be #1 for over a month. And that album, like, that was his highest first week sales in his career was Views. And that was a pretty long album too. That was like what, about 13, 14 songs, 15 songs. And the hype for that was pretty huge.
That came out what, 2015?
Yeah.
Yup. I remember.
So that was the biggest album I seen in my lifetime that just kind of stuck on top for like a solid month or so. Outside of the Weeknd, he had some timeless albums, but they didn't stick on #1 for a while. Like not
Starboy was #1 for quite a while.
Yeah.
Quite a while. And the radio play for that was going for months because they were spacing out how the singles was coming out. So he was dominating the radio.
I still think it's ridiculous how Old Town Road broke the record for like single for like it was a #1 for like how many weeks, bro?
Singles come out of nowhere sometimes.
But that was that's hard. But that was #1 for like hold on, let me look.
Okay, Gangnam Style was fucking #1 for who knows how long, and that was an international shit.
I'm gonna put respect on it though, cause he was marketing the shit out of that.
He was.
Old Town Road, I mean, if you think about how much effort he put into that to make it #1 for that long, I'm talking about features, promo.
And he strategically didn't come out the closet, but until that broke that record. He didn't come out of the closet until that record was broke. And that's when he started switching style.
And that was this smart. You gotta ingratiate yourself first before you can drop a bomb.
Yeah, because he was
going
to elementary schools and seeing the kids Old Town Road. He wouldn't be able to do that. He would say he was gay and all on G strings and shit. What he doing now, but you know. But it's anyways.
Besides the point. Well, thank you, fellas.
That was
for
Appreciate it.
Season 2, Episode 2 of Location Talk. I really enjoyed it. This has been my co-host,
RomeyRome.
Yes, sir. And we will definitely have him again. It's the main man, Jalen. So thank you all for tuning in. Lock in next time. We got some anime and manga coming at your head. It's been your boy T-Rav. I'm out.